guys, this is Little John here with the 2016 60th anniversary YZ450F. I'm going to take the time out right now to go over a couple things with getting a new bike or keeping your current bike in tip-top shape. First and foremost, the most important part of this machine is how it breathes. These Yamahas have a ram air induction system right up on the top end here. Makes taking care of the air filter a lot easier. I also found my bike keeps it a lot cleaner. Easiest way to get these out, pop this little seat up here, pull the fuel pack back. They inserted a nice new kingpin in here, which makes it very easy to get this off. No tools required. Simply pop the front end up, one on each side, pull this back here, and that exposes your air filter. Now the design on this is very simple. One little wing nut pops this off. Makes it easier to get inside to the air box. And actually I like it a lot easier too, because after a day of riding, get a little bit of dirt built up around the filter, and it always worries me that I drop some in the air box, and now that's kind of very preventable. Fortunately, this is a brand new bike, hasn't even been ridden yet, so we don't have to worry about the dirty filter. Go ahead and put some rubber gloves on here. Keeps not only the filter clean from any dirt, debris that might be on your hand or any grease, it also makes it easier to clean up when you're done oiling the filter. We use a Bel-Ray foam filter oil on all of our brand new machines that have a element filter, not a paper element. If we use paper elements, which you only see on some of the street bikes, you use a fiber filter oil, being that they're fiber. On a standard foam filter, you can get away with using a foam filter oil. I like the old trick of using the Ziploc bag, throw the filter inside. We use the Bel-Ray foam filter oil. Like I said, this is a used bottle here, but if you come into the shop, there you'll see their nice new bottle, all fresh and clean, ready for you to use. They do also sell a foam filter cleaner that's specifically made for their oil, which is really good. I like it because it's a foam filter and engine degreaser, so you can actually use it not only on your filter, but on those greasy parts of your bike that you grease every ride. Your steering column, but you get the meaning, you get what I'm going for. Put that back in there, reinsert that, hold your pins down, you're good to go. You get a nice clean air filter, you're ready for a day of riding and racing. 99% of the dealers, like I said, dealers like ourselves, when it comes to proper PDI and building these bikes, you use a brake and parts cleaner on the rotors themselves. There is a little bit of brake dust, shipping grease. They look clean, they look brand new, but you actually, you see this is a brand new clean detail rag. You'll see that right there came right off a brand new rotor. That's more or less just to protect it. It's not that there's anything wrong with the rotor. It's just keeping that rotor from getting rusty, getting corroded while these sit on the floor. Even us, I mean, we're what, a mile from the beach at the closest point. Our air is very acidic down here. There's a lot of oxidation that occurs. Even on a brand new bike, just sitting outside, you'll see the pitting start on the cases, which, you know, we do our proper precautions of keeping everything lubed up and cleaned up to keep that from happening. But same thing, front and rear rotors, always a good idea to give them a wipe down. These 450s and the 250s this year, they come with adjustable triple trees. You can move the actual handlebar mount forward and backwards one position, and you can also move the bars. They have the degrees printed on the handlebars themselves. So it gives you really a big range of customization in making that ride feel perfect for yourself. Another thing I always like to do, again, Bel-Ray sells two types of grease. It's the same grease, it's just two different packages. I like this for when you're doing axles and stuff like that. You can dip the axle into it, bolts or anything like that, pivot bolts, swing arm bolts, something long, or even just, you know, the ease of keeping it up on a shelf somewhere, having the top open. If you have any Zerk fittings, which you won't find any Zerk fittings on these bikes, but ATV riders, quad riders, some street bikes have Zerk fittings. This is just a nice cartridge. You open up from the back, slide it in your grease gun, and it gives you the ability now to use it for Zerk fittings. This though, again, pivot bolts, you name it, axles, that's one thing too. These bikes come with the front wheels often when they're shipped. We always grease them up, you know, very liberally with grease. But as far as the grease goes, use this on everything. Little bolts that over time get galled into their aluminum housings. that little bit of grease is going to last you that much longer, and it's going to make it easier in the long run for you. Two other things I like to use: Blue Tack chain lube and 6-in-1 lubricant. A lot of people actually use this as chain lube. Not the best thing to do. Foot pegs, kickstart, shifter, shift that, the knob on the end that actually bends in, pivot points on your brakes, axle bolts, pinch bolts, anything you name it that needs to be lubed, your front brake, your clutch, in between the surfaces where they ride against each other. This stuff is like, there's a cure-all in a can right here. They say the cure-all in a can doesn't exist, and then they came out with 6-in-1. Multi-purpose lubricant. This stuff it penetrates, it gets right down deep into rusted bolts and stuff like that, which we hope you don't have on your bike. We hope you're taking care of it well enough that you don't have any rusted bolts, especially if our tech's got to work on it. Nobody likes a rusted bolt. Blue Tack, I'd say, is best for the off-road. A lot of guys use Super Clean. Super Clean is good for on-road and off-road. I just like this. It's a lot cleaner. And as you know, you always want to run the bike first before you actually lube the chain. Super Clean's good. Super Clean's for the visualization of seeing the chain lube on there. This way you can look at it and know, okay, yes, I did lube my chain. Both of them, they're very good. They will not fling off as long as you do it correctly. Both of them need to be shaken very well and applied to the chain when it's hot. And they need about 5 or 10 minutes to actually set up on the chain. A lot of guys, they're in a rush. They throw the chain lube on real quick. They take off. You just flung all that chain lube off, and now you need new chain and sprockets. What we're trying to educate the customers by doing this video series. We're going to be featuring different bikes, different jobs, oil changes. Won't get into anything too technical like valve jobs or anything like that, but we want to hear from you. Tell us what you want to see. Tell us what bike you want us to work on. Any ideas, any tricks and tips you guys need help with. Safety wiring, grips, anything like that. We've all done it here. I myself, I grew up racing. I learned all the tricks of the trade, from my father and from people that I've raced with and grown up with. And if you need a Yamaha, KTM, big cat electric bike, anything like that, we'd be more than happy to help you out. And I hope you enjoyed this video, and be sure to follow for more to come. First and foremost, the most important thing with your brand new bike is how it breathes. These Yamahas have a ram air induction system right up on the top end here, which makes it a lot easier to clean your air filter. A little tongue tied there. Power's going out too. Alright, I think we're back in business. We'll start over there.